Profanity Nation.
Yeah, it's the new era of man for some old school fans with a new school brand. We got money on the mic with the plan in hand. It's Stat Pat to his left, they go hand in hand. And to the right, we got Simpster, he putting it down. It's the Profanity Nation, we running the town. Yeah,
It's the Profanity Nation.
Profanity Nation.
Hey, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Profanity Nation podcast, where we are the voice of the professional fan and usually the voice of the professional Laker fan. So we've got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot to unpack. We've got a lot of leftovers from this holiday feast that we've been enjoying here. And we've got some belly aches, guys. Let's get right to it. Money Mike, always Mr. Man to the right. I already know how you're feeling, so I'm just going to ask how your Christmas, how everything was.
Hey, man, Christmas was good. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Happy holidays, everybody. This is the last show of the year.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, this is like going to be the finale. So this is what I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
This is how I'm going to start this show off. Victor Wembanyama is 1-0 against Lebron. That's all I'm about to say. That's how I'm starting it off.
All right.
Victor Wembanyama is 1-0 against LeBron James.
So you're coming in hot.
I'm coming in.
You're coming in
I'm
hot.
coming in. And let's talk about it because we got most stuff to talk about.
All right, let's
I just want that documented.
Let's
hey,
introduce
Stat Pat,
another
you the
voice.
stat man. You the stat man. What's Victor's
Can I introduce him first?
No problem.
We're going to introduce to the left, my man here, Stat Pat. All right, Stat, how were your holidays?
Doing great.
So far?
So far, so good.
So
man.
far,
I'm
so
still
good.
on
Enjoy time
vacation,
with the
so,
family.
Yep.
All right, cool.
So it was
cool,
awesome.
cool. Okay, we haven't enjoyed much of the game, though.
No.
Watching the game. Okay, guys.
Stat Pat.
Yes,
There we
sir.
go. Go ahead,
What's
Mike,
the
just
record?
go.
What's the record?
1-0.
Against LeBron.
Now we played. You just sure that
He's
LeBron,
undefeated.
So is LeBron? LeBron didn't play in both games.
No,
one
he only
game.
played
He only played in the second game.
Yeah.
He played him. And so
Yeah, it's 1-0.
Okay.
So they highlight the jumper that he shot over Wemby, but they don't highlight
That fact
the
that he
record.
lost the
They
regular
don't
season
highlight
game.
the record. That's
Okay.
that'd be my problem.
Oh,
That'd be
okay.
my problem.
All right, so what you're talking about here is because
Yeah.
the Lakers lost against the Spurs and Wemby. And,
Yeah.
of course, Money Mike. It's never Lakers versus anyone. It's LeBron versus whoever. So that's the way it goes. But you know what? Hey, the team, when they play as they play, they open the door to criticism, and you're warranted. Now, let's just get to let's go backwards a little bit, guys. Okay, we already know they're playing like crap, and we'll get to that. We're going to unpack that. Okay, what I want to know is I want to go backwards and then hop immediately forward. Okay, we had a problem with the celebration or the level of celebration for that in-season tournament.
Yeah.
Okay, does their play after that turn? I'll start with Pat, 'cause I know you're eating it up. I'm going to make you sit there and rumble a little bit. Does their play post in-season tournament make that win less valuable? Does it even make it worth anything?
I mean, we were trying to force the value, by putting having a space for it on the wall to put up the thing, and we were trying to force the value onto it, and it felt like they just took the foot off the gas, like they accomplished something. And they really didn't accomplish anything, especially when you see all those teams are now looking at us like, okay, you guys are like resting on your laurels. You guys are doing champagne. We're talking about in-season tournament, and I know everyone wants to say that the Lakers, that Kobe probably would have been celebrating just like the rest of them, but you can't. I don't really believe he would have changed the culture, because he literally would have just said, okay, we're not doing. We would have take the win. We're going to be okay. And that's where we're going to just another game, but we were not celebrating like this is a championship.
I did not grow up to win an in-season game.
Yeah, we are doing that. So I just think it's the Lakers really need to refocus. But we have these combinations out that I'm still not getting, not understanding, especially with the rotations,
Okay, so you're having issues with the rotation. So
yeah.
So that's an issue. We'll just say with Darvin Ham right now, or coaching per se. Money Mike, you've been
Talk to us, Money.
Go for it, Money.
Hey, okay, look.
Talk some sense into us.
You know what I don't understand? There's so many things I do not understand. I don't understand how when it was an in-season game, We played impeccable. We were doing everything right. We were scoring. We was playing defense. We were executing. The rotations were great. Every game for the in-season tournament, we played great basketball. All the way to win it. All the way to win it. Then, every game, even during the tournament, if it wasn't an in-season tournament, we played like crap. Mm-hmm. Right? Now, we lost to the Celtics. LeBron James. Look.
At home.
Hey, dog. LeBron, at home. Like, I'm going to tell you why this is I'm blaming this on LeBron James. LeBron James has a quote, and he says that he doesn't really care about the game on Christmas. What's more important for him is to watch his daughter open up presents on Christmas Day. And I think that is very admirable as a father and all that stuff. Dog, you did 17 Christmases. You got to go to work that day, dog. You got to work that day. And you letting the team that's on the East Coast come over to the West Coast to and go and run us up and down. Dog, you help me out. This is the Celtics #1. You're waking up in your own bed, and the most important thing for you is your daughter. I appreciate that. I got daughters too. But, dog, this game was at 2 o'clock. You open up the presents at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. You could have all that celebration. Why are we not worried about the game? And then another thing, Darvin Ham, I don't know who to blame. Who do I blame? Darvin Ham or LeBron? Because both of them are saying the same thing. Oh, well, we got to figure out what we're doing, figure out what the rotation is. We're out of sort. What do you mean we out of sort? How are we out of sort when when there was 8 games in the tournament? We knew what to do, and then all of a sudden, if it ain't no tournament game, then we don't know what to do. Listen. There is something else going on. I don't know what it is, but it looks like it's a switch. Like tournament game, we know what to do. We know how to execute. We know how to do everything right. And then no tournament game. Then we gonna go back to we gotta figure it out. We're hurt. We had the same people hurt during the tournament game, but we were able to execute, blow out teams, play defense, score, do everything right. If it's not a tournament game, then we don't care. Come on, man. I call them BS on everything, and it's just a matter of what our focus is and what we want to do. Their main goal this year, to me, was just to win that first tournament and nobody cares about the championship but the fans.
Stat.
You know what? It's like you see it, right? You see the fact that they do not play with the same level of intensity as they did in that in-season tournament. Case in point, if we looked at the game last night, yesterday, we saw that on made baskets, Boston were able to go ahead and get layups. It was a lot of effort plays that Boston were getting over the Lakers. And, that was always a point of emphasis in the in-season tournament, so they were always getting back on D. But now, all of a sudden, it's like they're nonchalant. Like they're not really – it's like they're pacing themselves. It just feels like – and like you said, the switch is another thing. I just felt like last year when they had to have it, they got it. And then falling back on that same – like when we need to win – we can turn it on at any time. And that's just fool's gold.
Well, let's just say
this point.
Right now they're 2-6 since the
turn it
tournament
on
ran. 2-6.
Turn it on right now, please.
Okay.
But they're trying to figure out what to do. It's the same thing. Like, they don't know what their identity is. Like, if you listen to these press conferences, it's like they're a team that didn't gel, and like they did not go and win the tournament, and like they weren't playing great basketball.
It just shows you, and all they're doing is cheapening the tournament win by showing that a team who had no chemistry and couldn't gel can still go in and win that tournament and can go on to lay eggs the rest of the season.
Yeah.
And if they lay eggs, let's say they don't even make it to the playoffs or so forth, which obviously last year there was a big turnaround, so there's time. But if they don't, that is a huge stain on that tournament. If they're not in the Western Conference Finals, it's a huge stain on that tournament.
Yeah, because it's almost like you want to see the correlation.
Yeah, you have
to. You want to see if you won the tournament, they were peaking at the right time or peaking early, and they took that and they parlayed that win into or propelling them into this basically this focus, this laser focus. Like they able to get and were able to win a tournament in the season. So that's what they were selling it, right? The Lakers are now going to be razor sharp going forward because now they're going to be treating all these
Could
games.
be more opposite than that.
It was, my God, it couldn't be.
But they
more
were
opposite than
razor sharp in those 8 games.
That's what
they're
we're talking
literally
about.
they're 16 and 15. They're in 9th place right now.
Yep.
Like, we are not playing by no form championship basketball, but we were for 8 games for the tournament to get that banner that don't mean nothing.
Let me ask you, Mike, how frustrating is that to you?
Yeah.
You know. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what. I live my life like this. Like, even if I meet people on the street, I just met them. All I ask for anybody to be is to be consistent. That's all I want for you to be. I just want you. If you're an asshole, I want you to be an asshole every day. If you're nice, I want you to be nice every day. Right? All I want to see is a form of consistency.
Yeah.
And when I go and I see what you're capable of, right? And I mean, because I saw it. I saw you guys executing.
Yeah.
I saw you guys blow teams out during the tournament. I saw you guys, play really hard and will the team to win the close games too. I've seen both. You guys were doing everything possible to win these championships. Not the championships, these tournament games, and to go undefeated. They did everything possible. They were blowing people out, and they were winning close games. And now they have. It's like the whole team does not have that sense of urgency.
Profanity Nation.
A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Powered by Jesse Brown of Keller Williams.
United One Protection Services. With over 30 years of experience, United One Protection Services has more expertise and knowledge than the other security companies combined. Residential, commercial, municipal, or institutional, United One Protection Services does more than just security. We protect your livelihood. United One Protection Services.
And we're back. Thanks for sticking around. You are watching, of course, the Profanity Nation podcast. So we're talking about the Lakers. We're talking about they just haven't done well since the tourney, the in-season tournament. Guys, I think that weakens the win a bit there, but that's okay. It is what it is. I mean, time will tell. If they, like we said, if we don't get that Final Four, or at least in the top 4 spots, then to me, it's a stain on that tournament.
Look. I agree. I mean, my whole thing is like, if we're gonna go, we're gonna. Because my mentality was, first of all, don't care about the tournament at all. But then once I saw us winning, well, since we're there, we might as well win it.
If this is what it takes to get to see motivated basketball, then whatever.
So we was like, okay, cool. So I went and watched it. I was into it because I said we might as well win. And I really was loving how they were playing.
It was fun to watch.
That gave me encouragement to say, okay, they know what it takes to win now. We're going off cylinders. We have the injuries. We're only be able to get better because the mentality, that's what I love. It wasn't even the play. It was the mentality of how they was going in and approaching the game. And I have not seen that ever since, the tournament's been over.
Yeah.
It's the Celtics, so how y'all gonna lose to the Celtics? Like,
yeah, I mean,
and it was horrible. Like, what was it, 25-2 or something? And
it was just came out of the blocks slow. They fought themselves back into the game, and then they let it get away from them in the second half. But it was just it makes no sense to lose to the Celtics on Christmas Day, and the fact that we did that, it is a little
at home.
Yeah, at home too. Just a little stain. I don't know. I mean, we haven't got the importance back to we really hate them because
I hate them.
Well, yes, us as fans, we never forget. We're like the North.
The players,
the
but the
coaching
players
staff,
gotta
really
the front
come
office,
in there,
even Pelinka.
and it's still that hate again. There is no hate of the Boston Celtics coming from our side. We actually, it's really like we're at peace.
We're hoping Jason Tatum will come to the Lakers as a free agent. We're trying to treat him nice.
At this point, we're really trying to do that. So
yeah, right.
Come on over here.
Yeah, it kind of feels that way, right? So I'll just ask you guys this: do you feel that the Lakers' 2-6 record since the in-season tourney is due to laziness? Money? Is it due to laziness?
I wouldn't call it laziness. I would just say I really feel like they're not tripping, like they're not caring. They're not. They're lack of. I would call it lack of focus. Lots of, I don't think that they really care if they win or lose.
So no passion.
I would say lack of passion, not laziness.
No heart over talent, Mike?
Right, 100%. Like I think that they go and say, "Hey, man, we gonna try to execute and win today, or we just gonna say that we hurt and you know what I mean?" Like I think that they just don't want it. That's my feeling.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Not good, guys. Okay, on another sport note, Money, you brought to our attention something that a team owner had said. Let's have fun with this. And, because we want the Lakers to return to glory holes too, right? Okay, so fill us in, bring us into that fun stuff, Money Mike, please.
Well, first of all, you know what's funny is, man, like one of my best friends in the whole wide world. Every time there was a Super Bowl, he would come over and have his Cowboy jersey, and he would be rooting, and they were always going to the championship every year. And my wife thought that it was just him. She didn't realize it was
all of them.
It was all of the Cowboy fans, right? And so the Cowboy fans, I guarantee, if we go back and look at Twitter and Instagram of 2 years ago, they wanted Dak Prescott's head. And he was the worst quarterback, ever to play the game. And now Dak Prescott is an MVP, and they're trying to get to the number 1 seed. We're looking for them to actually do some damage in the playoffs. So as far right now, listen, look, 4-11 team is going to Super Bowl. So the 11-4 for sure. Is going to
that's a lock.
Yeah, that's a lock. They're a lock for Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And so Jerry Jones, was talking about, he's been there in 23 years during the bad time and the glory hole days, and he says it's time to be back for the glory hole. He wants a glory hole again. And
hang on. Step out. What's a glory hole?
Bro, I don't know. I don't know.
Google it. Google it.
I have to Google, I guess.
Google it.
Step Pat. Okay,
no clue.
Producer, could you add some sort of image of what a glory
hole is?
No.
Everybody Google it.
No, you don't want to Google that.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't.
You got to listen. Let's just say if
Google searches go up. What's the trending Google search?
Let's just say you have to be over 21.
Yeah.
To Google it. Let's leave it like that.
Okay, deal. So Jerry Jones likes his glory hole. That is not just a slip, guys. That means he had been thinking that.
Bro, that was on his mind.
That was on his mind.
That was on his mind.
Very recently,
bro,
right?
And I don't, bro, whatever, dude.
You heard the soundbite.
That was wild. Dude, he was emphatic. I want some.
Right.
And he reinforced it.
Yeah, he just really doubled down on it. Like,
okay,
well, then there we go. Here we go.
That is hilarious, guys. Okay.
Owner of the Dallas Cowboys.
All right. What else is going on in the NFL, Money Mike?
Man, you know what? Hey, 49ers lost yesterday.
That's
And they look. They actually 49ers have been looking like they've been almost super team, and they really got handed to yesterday. But Raiders, man, they out there really playing defense and got a little offense going on, and so we as a Raider fan. We don't care how the win comes. We just win, baby.
Just win, baby.
Commitment to excellence. That's how we do. But we know we ain't going to win Super Bowl this year.
That's right.
But, if we could continue on where we are, I think Antonio Pierce, it could be head coach. We could do something.
A step in the right direction.
Yeah, hell yeah. Get a coach. Get him in, sign him, lock him up,
right,
and get you a quarterback and a new OC. The offensive coordinator is going to be able to give you some innovative plays, move the offense. We have the defense. We just need to be able to score 3 touchdowns, at least 17 points a game, because we're holding teams down. Going back to the earlier about 49ers, I really do believe this was good for the 49ers. I mean, being that as it may, I think the 49ers were whooping on everybody, and they actually got complacent probably, and they got this is a team that we might actually play in the Super Bowl. So and we got embarrassed.
Speaking of that,
we're going to be ready for it next time.
Speaking of that, playing in the Super Bowl, for you conspiracy theorists, right? The rumor is that
those colors
that the colors determine on who's going to be in the Super Bowl, and it is a red and a purple color for the Super Bowl, and it was saying that it was the Eagles and it was green and red last year, and that was the Eagles and KC. So going off the colors, the purple and the orange is red. 49er Ravens is what is being predicted for those conspiracy theorists.
Well, we got to have at least a 10-year sample size of it actually going 10-0. Cause it can't be
coincidental.
It can't be 6 and then 4 times it's not, because I really don't like. It could be the last 2. But if it's like the last 10, then there might be something.
Well, you have to look it up, man.
But if it's the last 2, that's coincidence.
This is what the conspiracy theory is saying, that the colors have already been out, and the colors are purple and red. So they're not saying who's going to win, but they're saying who's going to be there.
Well, if these 2 guys do play, if 2 teams play in the Super Bowl again,
they are the best teams.
We just need to make sure that the light man is ready to go, is working, because last time these 2 teams played, in the Super Bowl, the lights mysteriously went out. It just went out. The whole city went out.
Right.
It's like the gangsters in Vegas, like, no, shut it all down.
Right.
I mean, that fool came out of the halftime. Everything was all great. He giving his halftime speeches. We're going to get back into this game. We got to get this stop right now. We're going to kick it off. We're going to get the 3 and out. And they kick it off, and this rule runs into the house. They said, hell no, turn the lights off. Turn the whole lights off. Turn it all off.
Time out.
Turn it off. Time out. NFL said time out. We need to make sure this. And all of a sudden, these fools came back. I mean, the 49ers had a chance to win it if Harbaugh.
That's the equivalent of the magician taking the curtain and going, ha, ha, ha.
Yes, it was crazy. It was the most surreal moment I ever watched. Like, it was that, probably another surreal moment, probably watching that Mike Tyson fight when Fan Man came flying into the ring.
On the
2
parachute
things
thing,
that was like, what is going on here? Yeah, that was like probably the second closest.
Yeah,
because
this is out of control.
They turned the lights off.
Right.
The city had the lights off. New Orleans.
Yeah.
Now, contrast to that, the other LA team, Mike, the Clippers are playing quite well.
Hey, Clippers are doing well. I mean, they're actually they figured it out. Which, again, going back to like what's going on. We're not going to be able to sneak into the playoffs this year. Like these teams. I mean, there's teams that's doing what they're supposed to be doing. There's 23 and 6s. There's 25s and 10s. It's that disparity where you're 25 games above 500.
Yes.
Now, you know, listen, we get in 40, 45 and 42, like or whatever that is. You know, it ain't gonna work.
You
know what I mean?
can't go 2-6.
Yeah.
And be on the pace. Like
Right.
you're definitely
We're
off
15
pace.
to 16.
You know, or 16 to 15. I think we're
Do you think last season
we're above 500.
the fact
We won
that
by-
they
one game
turned
over.
it all around after post All-Star game, post trade deadline, that's fool's gold?
Yes, it is fool's gold. I think
That
that's
they
what
think
I
they
think
could,
they're
especially the top brass, are like, don't worry, we can do it. We can do it.
yes,
anytime."
but the thing is, when you're looking at the data and you're looking at that Austin Reeves and LeBron James don't play that much together, but at the same time, they have great chemistry and they should be on the court most of the time. It should be Austin Reeves, LeBron James, and AD playing a lot of those minutes, and then you figure out the other two. Get minutes how you can, but in the fourth quarter, and then also we know that Hachimura also he fits in there. He balls. So what you need to do is go ahead and get you a nice fifth, and whatever it is, whoever's got the hot hand. But those four should be closing the games, and you don't see that combination as much. I mean, I like Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is working himself back into shape, but I mean, right now the Lakers have to now go on a winning streak to restore some kind of like in the standard. They can't be hovering about 500, like Money said. If they're hovering around, if they're going 40, if they think they're going to get in the playoffs at 41-41, they're not getting in the playoffs 41-41. And like Money was also saying that there's not going to be this year when there's no 60-win teams. We gonna have several 60-win teams.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're
and that top
already,
four is they serious. Like,
yes, they serious.
Like
what is the top four?
I mean, well, believe it or not, Memphis
Memphis
with Anthony Edwards is
Memphis, Denver.
Yeah.
I think
I'll tell you right now.
What is the NBA top four as
Sacramento
of today?
Yeah, I think Sacramento is I'll give it to you right now.
Here we go.
Timberwolves, Nuggets, Thunders, and Kings.
There we go.
Right.
Yep.
But look, like, I mean, the Kings are 17-11, and that's the worst. I mean, we got 22-6, 22-10, and we have 18-9.
But see, that's what the Lakers are looking at. If you're looking at like how many we're out on the loss column, and the people are in the 4th and 5th spot, we only 2 games out of that. So they're like they're within reach.
But they're not within reach. But look, like the Clippers are 17-12, and they got a 9-game winning streak, and they're playing. No, I'm sorry, they're 9 out of 10. They lost one, but they are playing real good basketball. It look like they figured it out. But see, and I hate to say that about the Clippers, but I thought we figured it out for the tournament. So it's almost like whatever they figured out for the tournament, they was like, "Oh, we're gonna go back to where we were," and it's like they turned the light switch off. Like the only goal was that you win the tournament. It was not to win the championship, and that's what's disappointing to me.
Yeah, I still think it's still championship or bust, even though they.
Oh, it's 100%. I don't recommend that.
I think they're going to. They have to. I mean, it's just we need to find out who that third person is going to be. Who's going to be consistent.
You know what? I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to put it out there that this won't help us at all. But if they don't perform, if the team doesn't perform, then hanging that banner is shameful. I mean, it's already questionable as far as Lakers' pride and but then it's shameful because what are we saying now? Now you hung a banner for a season you didn't even make the playoffs. What?
Yeah, it's whack.
I mean, you didn't even win the Pacific Division, and you're hanging a friggin' what?
No.
Like, right? That's going to be a major, like, again, stain on the tournament. All right, we're going to move it along here really quick, Money Mike. You always finish the show with a segment we call Money Mike's Out of Bounds. Money Mike is going to share his thoughts.
Can I have 2 out of bounds?
If you'd like to, yes.
We have time for that. 2?
We do have time
for
that.
2. All right, cool.
So Money Mike's going to share his thoughts or opinions on a topic, and it's real easy. He just wants to know if those thoughts and opinions are in bounds or out of bounds. Money Mike.
Well, I just want to talk about this, the Pistons for a minute.
Okay.
Like, the Pistons have broke a record.
It's incredible. It's a good record.
Losing streak of 27 games. And what's really interesting about that, they're 2-28, which means that they must have started off the season 2-1. right? And then they immediately start losing
Yeah.
21, 27 games in a row. But they were 2-1.
It was all good.
They were above 500.
It was riding high.
And I'm just looking at that like, and my question was this, and I don't even know what the answer is. I'm just gonna ask you guys. You know, I was like, when they got around 25 game losing streak, I was like, what do you think? Should we just continue to lose to break the record, or should we try our best not to break the record because we don't want to be known as this? Am I the bound to say, man, I probably, don't want to break the record, but they probably wanted to because at least they'd be known as something?
Step Pat.
Okay, so are you inbound to say things?
I'm in bounds that
they did not want to break the record.
That they did not want to break a record.
Oh, no, you're inbounds. They didn't want to break that record. They didn't want to be infamous. They didn't want to be going down in history for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
They literally got 2 banners.
You don't want to be on the other side of the
Yeah, you don't want to be on the other side of that. You want to be like, you want to have people say that, y'all lost 25 in a row, and you want to be at least you won 26. We didn't break the record.
Yeah.
You want to at least say, well, we didn't break the record though, but they broke the record.
Yeah.
And so now they got to own that.
Yeah, no matter what happens in their career, they're like someone in a bar when this guy's old. And he's like, I won 4 champions. Yeah, but weren't you on the team with the biggest losing record?
Yes, especially in Detroit.
Let me tell you, I promise you, Money Mike, that if LeBron James won 15 championships in a row, but was on one team that had that's the one thing that you'd be bringing up every time.
Man,
They cannot live that down regardless of your successes.
So,
somebody always has that on you.
So,
just like Jalen Rose. Kobe got you for 81.
Yeah, I have another question on this, then we'll move to the other one. So the Spurs are 4-25. So if I'm the Pistons, am I trying my best to have a better record than the Spurs by the end of the season?
Okay, no. No. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Popovich think he's slick. He's not slick. He's trying to get that dude with some one-and-done, high-ass pick to be paired with Wembanyama for the next 10 years. Somebody he could be like, okay, I got my guard, I got my big man, and now I'm going to get my free agents. Now I'm going to go ahead and tighten the screws, and we're now going to be formidable. So he's trying to tank. So he's trying to get the number 1 pick again. And the NBA might give it to him again.
Okay.
That's what the NBA do.
All right, so.
Are we inbounds or out of bounds?
Are you, okay, what, the inbounds is
No, I was just asking. Inbounds, out of bounds was like, were they really trying to make the record?
Well, no, they're not trying to break the record at all. That's for sure. And then as far as tanking is concerned, it's useless because most likely the season's draft is already determined.
All right, I got to bring this up. Okay. Man, I know we went late, but it's the end of the year.
Out of bounds number 2.
Hey, Pat, me and Stat Pat had a conversation. We swear to God, I'm gonna put you into this conversation that me and Stat Pat had. We was on the phone, we was talking about 30 minutes, and we was talking about Bronny James.
Yes.
Right. And we was talking about how Bronny James had 4 points, and then his next game he had 5 points.
Yes.
And I called Stat Pat just on GP, middle of the day. I said, hey, man, do you think it would take about 15 games in order for him to get 20? Mm-hmm. Because he gets 1 point every every game he gets 1 additional point, right? Mm-hmm. So, mind you, we laughed about it, went on about business. I get a text from Pat. He said, this dude scored 6 points. So LeBron James, Bronny James scored 4 points, 5 points, and 6 points. Okay? Mm-hmm. This is 2 brought out of bounds too, because we having fun with this. Am I out of bounds to say that this dude's going to score 7 points next game?
Bruh, dude, I got to say you're out of bounds only because it can't be. Because, like I told you before, part of that conversation, if he actually gets 7 points and then the next game he get 8 points, we going to Vegas. We going to Vegas. Because we know he's going to get 9 points, 10 points, 11 points. He's trolling us at this point. He's trolling us. He can't be. You got to make sure, and don't get less than 6 points next game. Don't get 4 points next game. You can't do that, right? Yes. When are we expecting him to at least get double digits?
By a tournament. At this rate, by a tournament. 15 games.
Okay, I have a question here. Money Mike. How many of the games have you watched?
How many have I watched?
Yeah.
0.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I'm actually going to a USC game, but it's women's.
Okay, deal.
So 0
Step
still.
Pat.
0 still.
And I don't mean to put you on the spot. I don't actually expect you to know this, but do you have any idea how many minutes Bronny might be adverse?
14.
14 minutes a game.
Yeah.
Okay. Is he
Coming off the bench.
Coming off the bench. Okay. And a heart attack. Okay. Isn't he being
Nope.
slowly brought back into
Nope.
the game,
Nope.
minutes-wise,
Nope.
get his feet under him,
Nope.
this and that? And what
Nope.
we're seeing is his
Nope.
slow progress,
Nope.
and they're in no rush to
Nope.
say, hey, you need to be the star of this, and we need 30
Nope.
points.
Well, we talked about that too, and
Is it meaning the ends justify the means? If at the end of the season he's averaging
if we're saying
16,
that
17 points.
if we're saying that we're bringing him along slowly because of health reasons,
Yeah.
we know he's been cleared. And we know he's been looked at by the best of doctors. There is no way we're going to put Bronny James, the son of arguably for some generations the GOAT, and have him out there, and he ain't got him checked out fully.
That dude is fully healthy.
He can't be not healthy because if that's a liability. We're not doing that. We don't want to see that, right? We got to make sure this dude is fully healthy before he get on the court. Now, first game, manage his minutes. Second game, manage his minutes. Third games, you are acclimated to game speed, and we're trying to see what you have. He hit 2 threes, dude. He shot the ball 5 times. He is not trying to shoot himself into being a better player. I just see 5 shot attempts. That's not enough for him to warrant that much. He should be getting like 15. He should be getting 20 minutes playing time at least. But he can't get on the court. I don't even think it's good enough, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
so
But
listen.
that's just me.
Let me just make
really
this
quick, really quick. So what you're saying is he the lack of minutes, perhaps, of playing time has nothing to do with health. It has to do with skill.
I think really he's not the player that people think he is.
Let me go out on a limb and say this, and y'all gonna love when I say this, is that LeBron James is gonna have to be in his 25th year if he thinks Bronny James is gonna be in the league.
thing.
Because there is nothing, 0 about Bronny James that is a one and done player. He is a 4-year senior that may get drafted in the second round after 4 years.
I'll eat my crow, man. I'll come back and eat my crow if he's one and done, but I don't see it. I can't
one
see
and
the
done.
one and done.
That dude is a second rounder after 4 years. After
He'll
4
be
years,
a senior.
he'll be a
first rounder,
second rounder after 4 years.
Pick, but he'll be a
that
first
dude
rounder.
is the number 35 pick of the draft.
No way.
And
No
playing
way.
in the summer
He's
league
getting-
Time will tell.
and going to be in the G League.
What
for
do
2
you guys
years.
think?
Oh, he's never going to be in
Before-
G League. Never.
What do our viewers and followers think? Please let us know in the comments.
Man.
Let us know with a thumbs up. Let us know.
Right,
in
you don't
Money
think
Mike's
Bronny James is
email.
going to be in the G
Bill-
League? I don't
That's
even
it.
think Bronny
All right,
James can play for Team
Is
Midnight.
Bronny going to make it
It's
to
like
the
the
G
credits are
League?
coming up.
Bronny James cannot play for Team Midnight.
Roll the credits. Roll the credits. We'll be back next week at
music.
InfinityTV.com.
Hey, Happy New Year. We
Happy
see y'all
New
next
Year.
year.
We'll see you next week. Go Lakers.
Peace.